coronavirus pandemic is robbing many children in sub-Saharan Africa of a classroom education. Nearly 90% of adolescents who live in the region are no longer in school because of COVID-19 closures. That's according to one EU-supported research firm called Arise and the Harvard School of Public Health. The report also states that half of children in Burkina Faso and Ethiopia believe it will be very hard to catch up on the classroom lessons they're missing today. Some child development agencies are sounding the alarm, saying that for many African children, missing school poses a serious health risk as COVID-19. UNICEF estimates that 9 million children in Eastern and Southern Africa never returned to class as schools started to reopen. Some warn that a whole generation of bright and capable students could be left behind. Earlier, I spoke with UNICEF's Global Spokesperson, James Elder. He says that even as coronavirus variants rage across Africa, leaders must find a way to return children to schools for the sake of progress. Take a listen. James, good to have you on. The reality is that education has been disrupted across the world, but what kind of damage has been done in the African context?
Eleni, it's almost unprecedented since World War II, to be honest, globally and certainly in Africa. I mean, millions of kids are still out of school. You've got some schools that finally open, let's say from Zambia, including other parts of the continent, and they're going backwards. Namibia, the same. Children are going back to being locked out of the classrooms. Globally, we're nearly at 1 billion kids who still don't have full-time access to school now. You will know, and I've seen it, I've had the pleasure of seeing what it looks like when a child first goes to school. It's this celebratory moment. But I've spent the last year talking to kids who've been locked out of the classroom. And, it's a 6-year-old in Kenya, Godfrey, who says, I miss teachers, I miss my friends, I miss rice. Kids get fed at school. Or a 9-year-old Brenda in Uganda who says, my school was beautiful, it was calm. That calmness has been replaced by violence in the home, by increased pregnancy rates, a problem, Eleni, we will have for many years after COVID, and a lot of anxiety. So this is not something that can't be fixed, but to answer your question, it's unprecedented in terms of what we're seeing right now when it comes to education for kids.
So, James, what really strikes me with what you're saying is that when we hear in developed economies of the experience of children that are not at school is that they are battling with online schooling and they just confined to their spaces. But it's such a different story for the African child. When we talk about the reversal of the gains that we've been made, are we able to try and, how long is it going to take to reverse the damage that has been done?
Well, it has to start today. And I mean, UNICEF does things like we have set up literally hundreds of television shows or radio programs, anything, as you say, in Africa and elsewhere in the developing world. It's not about kids spending too much time on screens. They don't have screens. So we set up those types of learning through old school, radio, television, and so on. What's really important is the government's ring-fence education budgets. We know how much stress they are under, but you have to defend education. This is not just about a development issue. Now, there is no better investment for an economy, for a society to make. I mean, education, it's the soul of a society. It doesn't just build intelligence, it builds character, it builds economies, it builds communities. The World Bank has said we may lose $10 trillion, this current cohort of kids. We know we can avoid that. Governments must defend education budgets and increase them. International donors have to come to the fore, continue to come. And that means cash transfers to families. That means supporting governments across Africa and the world. And of course, it means supporting COVAX, because this crisis ends when we get an equitable distribution of the COVID vaccine across the developing world.
So, James, here's the thing. You've got COVID as a threat, but there are more threats for many African children, specifically with the conflict that we've seen in Tigray or in South Sudan or even in the northern parts of Nigeria, where abductions are becoming a reality and children are kept from school for their own safety. Tell us about the other threats that have been compounded by COVID.
Lenny, it's a great question. This is this terrible nexus coming together. Previously, it was climate and crisis, and now it's crisis, conflict, and COVID. Nigeria, as you rightly say, we've seen at least, around 1,000 children kidnapped since December. Again, UNICEF makes very clear statements on that. Non-state actors need to know they will be held accountable in the highest criminal courts. And again, donors need to understand the criticality of funding support so that organizations like UNICEF can set up temporary learning spaces, give psychological support. I mean, I've heard stories in Nigeria of dads who have paid $2,000 to get a child released and have still seen that child killed. South Sudan, as you say, is on a precipice. Kids have gone back to school, but many have not, and many won't. Again, we need those skills. We need different ways of giving kids skills. This all, Eleni, also speaks to, when we talk of Africa specifically, there's something going on in the continent that's pretty special. I'll try and encapsulate it. It's a demographic boom. It's unprecedented in human history in any continent. And right now, there is a boom of young people. What that means is if we get it right, if governments and the international community get it right, you have this generation of young people who will propel Africa, like unbelievably so. You will see poverty rates collapse, where 70% right now people are living below $2 a day. You'll see them collapse. So that means train kids, give them entrepreneurial skills, get them learning, get them in the classroom.
Thank you so much for your insights. I really appreciate you being on the show with us. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Eleni.
Coming up, former British Prime Minister Tony Blair says Africa is facing a perfect storm of COVID-19. Ahead, I speak to him about why this devastating new surge is putting the whole world at risk.